The roles that automated everything are being automated. If that sentence makes you uncomfortable, good. It should. Because DevOps and SRE engineers are in a uniquely ironic position. You spent your careers building automation, and now automation is coming for you. Welcome back to CodeSunset. I am Ethan Cole. In the last episode, we covered the 5 skills AI cannot replace. Today, we are going to focus on a specific role that many people assumed was bulletproof: DevOps, site reliability engineering, platform engineering, whatever your company calls it, the people who keep the infrastructure running. Let us talk about why those roles are more vulnerable than most people think. First, let us understand what DevOps engineers actually do day to day. They write infrastructure as code: Terraform, Pulumi, CloudFormation. They configure CI/CD pipelines, GitHub Actions, Jenkins, Argo CD. They manage Kubernetes clusters, write Helm charts, set up monitoring and alerting with tools like Prometheus and Grafana. They diagnose production incidents by reading logs, tracing requests, and correlating metrics. They automate repetitive operational tasks with scripts. Now read that list again and ask yourself, how much of that is pattern-based? How much follows known templates? How much is essentially translating a desired state into a configuration file? The answer is most of it. And that is the problem. AI is already writing Terraform configurations. You can describe your infrastructure requirements in plain English, and tools will generate the IAC files. AWS, Google Cloud, and Azure are all building AI assistants that generate infrastructure code, diagnose deployment failures, and suggest optimizations. Amazon Q can analyze your CloudWatch logs and tell you why your Lambda function is timing out. Google's Duet AI can generate Kubernetes manifests from descriptions. These are not prototypes. These are production tools available today. Let me give you a concrete example. A DevOps engineer spends 2 hours writing a Terraform module to provision a new microservice. VPC configuration, security groups, load balancer, ECS task definitions, CloudWatch alarms, IAM roles. An AI tool can generate 80 to 90% of that configuration in minutes. The remaining 10% requires human review and customization, but that review takes 30 minutes, not 2 hours. The economics just shifted from a full day of work to under an hour. Now multiply that across every DevOps task. Pipeline configuration, AI can generate it. Docker file optimization, AI can analyze and improve it. Incident diagnosis, AI can parse logs and correlate events faster than any human. Monitoring setup, AI can recommend metrics and thresholds based on application patterns. Each individual task still needs human oversight, but each task also needs dramatically less human time. Here is where it gets even more pointed. The entire philosophy of DevOps is about automation. You automate deployments so humans do not have to do them manually. You automate scaling so humans do not have to watch dashboards. You automate incident response so humans do not have to wake up at 3 in the morning. The DevOps mindset is fundamentally about removing humans from operational loops. AI is simply the next iteration of that same philosophy, applied to the DevOps engineers themselves. If your job is automation, AI is automation. That is not a clever line. That is a structural observation. The same logic that justified automating deployments, it is repeatable, error-prone when done manually, and follows predictable patterns, applies to the work of building that automation. SRE roles have a slightly different angle, but the same vulnerability. Site reliability engineering is built around metrics, SLOs, error budgets, and incident response. AI is exceptionally good at monitoring metrics, detecting anomalies, and correlating incidents across distributed systems. Tools like PagerDuty and Datadog are integrating AI that can diagnose incidents, suggest remediation, and even execute runbook steps automatically. The human SRE used to be the one who read the dashboard, made the diagnosis, and ran the fix. AI is eating into every step of that workflow. Now, I am not saying DevOps disappears tomorrow. That is not the claim. Complex infrastructure decisions, migration strategies, cost optimization across multi-cloud environments, incident response for novel failure modes, These still require experienced human judgment, but the volume of work that requires a dedicated DevOps team is shrinking. Where a company used to need a platform team of 8, they might need 3 who leverage AI tools effectively. The work changes from writing configurations to reviewing AI-generated configurations, from building pipelines to overseeing AI-managed pipelines. And here is the strategic insight. The safest engineers are the ones closest to business impact, not the ones closest to the infrastructure. If your value proposition is that you keep the servers running, AI can increasingly do that. If your value proposition is that you understand why certain systems need to be architected a certain way because of business constraints, regulatory requirements, or competitive strategy, that is harder to automate. The DevOps engineers who survive this transition will be the ones who move up the stack. From writing Terraform to designing platform strategy, from configuring monitoring to defining what reliability means for the business, from automating deployments to deciding what gets built and how it gets delivered. The hands-on keyboard work is being compressed. The thinking work persists. So I will ask directly, do you think DevOps survives long-term? Not the title, the function. Drop your take in the comments. Subscribe to CodeSunset. Next episode, we are going to look at the bigger hiring picture. They are firing engineers and hiring AI roles instead. But the numbers do not add up the way you might expect.